Halloween time, you know the drill. I have to have a costume on, and I know in the past I was all like, oh my gosh, I spent so much money and the costume is terrible. Well, not this time. I spent a regular amount of money. However, the drawback is I don't know what it looks like. I just looked up spooky costume and just picked randomly, so I have no idea what this is. So I'm just gonna put it on, just gonna assume it's scary. Let's go. Pretty scary, right? Right? I don't actually know what the costume looks like. I put this on with my eyes closed. I'm just gonna assume it's scary though. So anyway, let's talk about Morbius. Morbius is a Marvel character that I know nothing about. Look, I'm not gonna go over the history of this character because I don't know anything about him. I think he's a Spider-Man villain, he's a vampire, that's something, but other than that, I know nothing. I'm just gonna be talking about the train wreck that is the Morbius movie that came out this year. I don't really talk about movies in like the year they came out in unless it was like last year when I did like the bestest stuff of 2021, but like specific videos for one movie, no, I don't do that. However, I decided Morbius is a special case because just like what even was this, bro? Like the talk about it online was so weird. It was like completely memed on, people going like, oh, this is gonna make $1 bajillion, and it didn't. Everyone was like, yeah, Morbius, it made $1 million, gazillion dollars. It's like, I don't know what all that was, and yeah, it bombed at the box office, but after all the memes and the jokes, it's Morbin time, all that stuff, made the movie popular. Sony decided to put it in theaters again to see like, hey, maybe this time it will make money, and it didn't. It bombed again. It bombed twice, bro, and like, wow, everyone wanted to meme on this movie, but nobody wanted to watch it. And a while ago, it came out on Netflix, and I thought, you know what? Let's do it. I will go ahead and watch this Morbster piece. And I did, and wow, was I so disappointed in a movie that I was already expecting to be bad. And Morbius is gonna be the Halloween video for this year because it's vampires, it counts. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one kind of short because like I don't actually have too many notes, if I'm being honest. Like it was just legit that boring, and also because I got other work I need to do and I just gotta get this Halloween video done. From the way Morbius was talked about, I was really hoping this would have been like a so bad it's good movie, like just a movie that's so fun to watch because of how much of a train wreck it is. I was hoping for this so much that like I even convinced a friend of mine to watch this movie with me over Discord, thinking that we were gonna have a fun time just ripping into the movie, making jokes about how bad it is, all that stuff. But honestly, no, we kind of just didn't say much throughout most of it because it was just that boring. There wasn't like a lot to say. And yeah, I just couldn't find a lot to say about the movie. So with that being said, here's some stuff I had to say about the movie. The pacing in the beginning is way too fast. Like first we see Milo, he's the villain of the movie, and Morbius as kids. And then, oh wait, no, now they're adults and they're successful. Okay, oh wait, now like he's like doing like stuff for this kid. It's like, oh wait, no, now he's like testing stuff on bats, whatever, with like this woman who's also a scientist, I believe. And then like, oh, okay, wait, no, it seems to be working. Oh, like by the way, here's Milo and like Morbius again, but as adults and they're successful. It's like, oh wait, now he's on a boat, and oh wait, now he's Morbius. It's like, okay, whoa. What is all this? This moves way too fast, and like I honestly like there was like certain parts like towards the beginning where I kind of did not exactly understand what was going on. Maybe I'm just dumb. That's always a possibility, but like I don't want to admit that I'm dumb, so I'm just gonna say it's the movie's fault. But in all seriousness, though, it's like I could just be dumb, but like, still could have been paced better. So Milo is like the villain of the movie, and like the movie puts a specific like emphasis on their relationship. Like they're friends, they're childhood best friends, and like Morbius needs to help Milo out because he has like the same disease and stuff like that, and all that. And like, oh, then later when he becomes the bad guy, it's supposed to be sad because they were friends. Well, no, they were friends. But honestly, I didn't care too much about that. Like, yeah, like I don't know. Like the movie did not really do a good job at highlighting their friendship. It's like even in the beginning where we saw them like Morbius save him at one point and stuff like that, and then we saw him like leave him and all. It's like I don't know, I feel like that relationship could have been really interesting if they just developed it a bit more. Like I don't know, why don't you put more special emphasis on like when Morbius left to become like a famous scientist? Like how did that tear something in their relationship? I don't know. There was like a scene in the movie later on where Milo was talking to like the guy who's been like helping him, who's been like sort of like a father figure to him and Morbius, and he goes like, you know what, Morbius was always your favorite. And I was like, where did this come from, bro? Where was this? Where was this? Speaking of Milo, let's talk about him. He's not a very great villain. However, I will say he is kind of the most fun thing about the movie. I say fun in a sense where I was feeling bored, and then I was like, oh, okay, what's happening? And then there was just this one scene where Milo was just straight up dancing, and then changing back and forth from vampire, and this is when he got the powers from vampire to his human form. And like I remember just giggling because like at that point I was just so bored, and then this came up all of a sudden. He was just like, come slide, and then like I was like okay. Yeah, that woke me up a bit, honestly. I would have fallen asleep if like that didn't happen. But I'll say, yeah, Morbius has one good scene. It was when like the Doctor Who starts dancing. Milo was probably the only memorable character in the movie for me because like of his dancing scene. The others didn't have dancing scenes, so I barely remember anything about them. Okay, in all seriousness though, it's like, yeah, I don't really remember too much about them. There's like a female character who's like also a scientist person, and she helps Morbius, I think. I don't remember her name, so that should give you like a sign of like how memorable she actually is. I think there were like these two detectives who were like trying to figure out who's been doing all this crazy vampire stuff. They had this dynamic where one is like more serious and one is more like goofy, and I kind of feel like it kind of seems like they were supposed to have a bigger role, I guess, but I don't know. Sometimes I forgot they were just straight up in the movie for many scenes. I was like, when they showed up again, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. The same thing for the scientist lady. And then there is Morbius himself, aka Jared Leto. Yeah, he wasn't very good in this. A lot of you may remember Jared Leto from that really terrible 2016 Suicide Squad movie, which I called my least favorite movie of all time, and it still is now. And Morbius is also very bad, but not as bad. I still probably call Morbius one of the worst comic movies I've ever seen, but you know, mostly because it's boring. It's not as bad as Suicide Squad though, so at least that's one point. And okay, so Jared Leto, how does he do in this? Still not very good. It's like his performance, I mean, I don't know, I wasn't too impressed by it. Like I don't think he was like terrible in it, but like I said, I didn't find his character memorable. But one interesting thing to notice, in the beginning we actually see that Morbius suffered from a sickness, and it is some serious makeup on him. And man, I gotta tell you, I'm looking at this now and like, oh my gosh, he like legit like looks terrible, honestly. It's like, oh my god, he looks like he's about, oh wait, this is just a picture of regular Jared Leto. I'm teasing. I don't actually have any issue with Jared Leto. I mean, like, yeah, I don't like what he did in the production of Suicide Squad and stuff like that, but like other than that, I don't know much else about him. If you could tell me anything else terrible that he did, then like I'll hate him for those things. But right now, I mainly just don't like Jared Leto because I don't like a lot of the performances I've seen him in. But like let me talk about Morbius as a character in this. Like I said, he's not all that memorable. I will say the actual makeup that they put on him in the beginning is like, I mean, I guess it's pretty good. Like, you know, it's like, you know, he looks sick, and which is what they're going for. So there's that. And like when he actually turns into Morbius, like when you see like the vampire stuff on his face, it looks kind of dumb, if I'm being honest. I don't like it all that much. And also there's this like weird thing where like when Morbius moves around and everything, you can see all these like thingies, or I don't know exactly how to explain it because I'm not good at explaining things, which is something I say a lot. But it's like, I don't know. It just looks like, let me check my notes. I think I wrote this down. It looks all wavy. It looks like so many waves. He just moves and like boom, waves everywhere. And like I don't know. My friend who watched it with me said he thought it looked cool, and so there's that. So that's one compliment from him. But overall, Morbius, yeah, I mean, I had some things to say about it, a little bit more than I remembered, if I'm being honest. But like, it's not a movie I'll ever watch again because it really is so boring. Oh my gosh, like there were so many times where my friend and I just like waved over the thing to go like, how much longer is this? It's like, oh my god, we still have this. And the movie's like only like an hour and 43 minutes or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, when is this gonna end? I felt so tired by the end of it. And yeah, just I wasn't all that impressed. Morbius, I guess I would call it one of the worst comic book movies I've ever seen, just because of how boring it is. It's like, I've seen some that are worse, but yeah, it's still pretty bad. And Morbius, it's just a movie that I guess is more fun to meme on than to actually watch. Alright, now that I'm done talking about Morbius, it's time to put on my sleepy time clothes and oh,
boo! Feel the terror of Al Sen. Wait, why are you dressed like a banana?
Wait, I am?